This
This is great. So let me see. It was Echo, right? You volunteered to share something with us. So do you want to get started?
At least in my friend group, like usually we're kind of a bigger group, so we're kind of scattered. So somebody needs to like take the initiative and say, okay, we're gonna go the first Friday at 5 o'clock. That way we show up by like 8 or so. Because even then it's still hard to get everyone.
Yeah, that's a great example.
And that really shows you're understanding your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Neil said he heard some great stuff from this back group. If y'all have anything to share.
I know we talked about like you don't have to be a formal role to be a leader. You can be a leader among peers without that title. It's just also
Something that we've been taught very recently is how to lead from within. So that's a very similar concept too. How to be a leader in a situation where you're not the formal leader. I mean, that is what it sounds like. Just learning how to motivate everyone to do their job when you're not the one giving them orders. Does anyone have anything else they want to share? Anyone move on? Yeah.
Oh.
I used to think that to be a leader, you had to be loud and have a voice that carried. But over the years, I've learned that you can also lead from example, and you can just show your peers what you think should be happening.
Yeah, great. No, leading from example is a wonderful skill that not enough people utilize, I'd say. That is a wonderful example. And Kelly, I hope you don't mind. I heard you say something great, so I'm going to repeat it. Leadership is not telling other people to do things, it's empowering them to want to do them. So, okay, let's move on.
All right, so oral and written communication. So, what is that? What is that really? Where do some things that come to mind?
Being able to communicate effectively to your crowd,
Yeah.
right? To change the types of words you use, technical versus more elementary kind of thing.
Definitely, really good. So awareness of audience, who you're talking to. Awesome. Jonathan.
Take the ideas in your head, put them on paper so that other people can easily read them, follow you.
Right. So clarity, being clear. All right. Any other ideas? Alrighty. So, oral and written communication. Quick kind of definition, which is basically really well said, honestly, in my opinion already, is just being able to articulate and clearly express your thoughts and ideas to a wide variety of audiences, and also, of course, demonstrating public speaking skills. So, of course, my example for this, my little story for this, what we've got right here, we're doing being career ambassadors as far as the public speaking part of it. And of course, when it comes to public speaking, one thing I want to talk about, especially concerning this competency, I always feel it's very centered and organized just around, putting yourself out there and really, it's just practice. Because for example, with me when I first started in this position versus me now, it's two night and day. So practice and really getting yourself out there, maybe finding opportunities outside of maybe taking a public speaking class. That maybe can get you to practice that. And as far as the oral and written communication, I feel as students, we demonstrate this all the time. When it comes to writing emails to professors and trying to just, maybe organize things between friends or different organizations we're involved in. So there's, like I said, there's a lot of different places for that. So again, wanted y'all to discuss maybe where you see that happening. But then one quick thing, maybe something to discuss in your groups, a question I'm going to throw out there is, why is that oral written communication so important? What makes it important? So feel free to go ahead and discuss.
That's a little bit more technical skills,
Yeah, the bottom line is yeah, you don't like communicate something properly or right all over the place. Yeah, exactly. I've been in situations especially with group projects, going back to like earlier. You send something really yeah, you send something out to somebody and say, hey, it's like a couple days later.
Yes, it is exactly. It's like these guys did it. Yeah, I just like I'm in a story my story about my
You will never be like in a cubicle alone and it's all about yourself. So it's that interaction. And you can
even if you have to maybe not tell people.
you know some that are really good at this, maybe you can see the aspects of that that you don't.
Let's play them back real fast. Alright, so, questions. So, let me hear some ideas. What is that more written communication competency? Why do you think that's so important? What makes it so important in our professional work lives and just in general life?
Because you communicate with everybody around you every day.
That's fair. Sure. Communication is important just in our general, in our daily lives, of course. I mean, and anything we try to do, whether it be group projects, just trying to get something done, meeting up, and so on. It's a huge part, integral part of our lives. I heard some awesome stuff from here, though.
So communication helps keep everyone on the same page and also maintain some relationships with people.
Right, exactly. So like going back to group projects or even like further down, so like in your careers, if you're like assigned like a task or like a group to accomplish a certain mission or goal, keeping everyone on the same page is important. If we're all over in like different places, it's hard to get everything done.
I said like in a professional aspect, it's really important to make sure that you're respected in a professional way. If you're sending an email and you use the wrong there, or you're not going to be looked at as like as well of a candidate and like other people are. Like they're gonna be like, oh, do they really have like a college degree and they can't communicate, like you can't write an email that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it is absolutely mind blowing how often I see that like error or switch up everywhere. So yeah, it's important. So kind of that communication can establish kind of a credibility for you.
I think oral communication is also really important because nowadays a lot of the times when we talk to each other, we say like and we kind of talk around what we're really trying to say and don't make a lot of sense. And so in a professional manner, it's really important to be more direct and to maybe not have those like weird interjections in the middle of it that you don't even think about doing, but that make you sound maybe not less intelligent, but less prepared.
And direct.
Right.
You're going kind of around circuitously.
Right.
Sure. Awesome.
I think part of it's also knowing like when to hold back. Like, you know, sometimes people might blame you for something and it's not your fault. You can get like really fired up and you just like want to send off like a really mean, like nasty email or something. It's like just like hold off and not say that, or like just bite your tongue and wait and just like listen to someone else and like wait.
So knowing when to, knowing when and when not to like move forward. Right, awesome.
I think it's also about like knowing how to increase understanding, so that is less confusion among people and less misunderstanding.
Definitely. So kind of going back to like keeping everybody on the same page. All right. Awesome. So let's go ahead and move on to the next competency.
So for the next couple of the competencies, we're not going to have the discussion for the sake of time. So I'm going to briefly tell you the definitions and quick anecdote to display the competency a little bit. So professionalism, work ethic. NACE's definition is demonstrate personal accountability, effective work habits, punctuality, working productively with others, time management, and understanding the impact of nonverbal communication on professional work image, and demonstrating integrity. So firstly, understanding the impact of nonverbal communication. That is huge, right? What am I telling someone just by my being that isn't the words I'm saying? Dress, the way I kind of handle myself, the confidence, the stuttering, right? Kind of affects how people view you. And are you professional? And by the way, the employers on that survey noted that professionalism and work ethic was the most important of the skills that they're looking for to have success in the workplace, especially if you're talking to customers, which is a very common aspect in a lot of different positions you'll be going into. And my quick example about that is I'm a TA for actually Marcy's class. And for at least the first half of the semester, I come in almost every day with business casual attire. I need to make sure that the students get that I am a mentor, I am someone who is professional, and they can rely on me. Because if I don't, then I'm not going to be able to do my job well, right? So your nonverbal communication is critical in being professional, right?
Okay, so next we have career management, and we're not going to do that. So the definition that I have is to identify and articulate skills, strengths, knowledge, and experiences, to navigate career options, and to understand and pursue these opportunities. So, like I mentioned earlier, I'm a sophomore, so I have some time ahead of me to figure out what I want to do in my life, but at the same time, we're getting to the point where I need to start forming an idea. So I would say that, I really demonstrated career management in this area because I went to Marcy, actually, as a sort of mentor, and we sat down a few times over the weeks leading up to the career fair, and we discussed options that I had, what I wanted to pursue, my personality type, and what type of environments would be a good fit for that, and just things of those nature to really prepare me for going into the career fair and how to move forward with a concrete idea of what I wanted to do after college. And now I'm a sophomore and finishing up my sophomore year, and having that idea is making things a lot easier moving forward because it motivates me more in my classes. Just all sorts of things have opened up having known that. So that's one way to demonstrate career management. There are other ways, just being aware of it and thinking about it and kind of being conscious of where you're going and where you want to go and steps to take to get there.
All right, and then for the final competency, again, for discussion purposes and for time, we're going to kind of keep on going. But so look, we mentioned this definition, kind of this competency earlier, but for shorthand, just kind of being aware of, being inclusive, and just being very knowledgeable of maybe the different cultures around genders, religion, and so on. And so, because in this world, especially just in the workforce, in the world, we're such a global, the work world is just so global now. We can look up outside and go on the internet, find out what's going on way across the world. We're just so connected. And so it's really become very necessary to be more aware of those particular concepts and ideas. So for me, just going about, honestly, just in my daily life, being at NC State or being at my job, whether it be as a career ambassador or even at GameStop, I deal with many different people with many different backgrounds. So just being very aware of all the situations. So we have a little video for you.
But instead of pulling up the video, I just want to quickly say, so Chris Kelly, he is another career ambassador at BMW right now, doing his final rotation there. And he's graduating this semester as well, I believe. Next semester? Next semester. And he wanted to talk about career readiness in the workplace and what it looks like at BMW. I just really want to highlight one of his examples where he talked about at BMW, he can communicate with people across the globe. He's communicating with people in Germany a lot, right? And because of the language barrier, he has to make sure that he can understand them and they can understand him. So keeping communication simple and being able to communicate is so critical in his position. Right.
So do y'all have any questions for us? So before we let out, as y'all I'm sure familiar with by now, because again, this last lunch, I've been coming, we have that quick feedback. Just go to that website. As I always say, little known fact, or what I figured out, if you have Snapchat or something on your phone, doubles as a QR code scanner, you can scan that on the projector screen. And let us know how we're doing, because we're all trying to improve and get better. But thank you so much for coming out today and taking time out of your day to be here. We're happy y'all came, and we're happy y'all enjoyed maybe trying something a little new. So thank you so much for coming.
Is there any chance while people are filling out their evaluation, we can watch the video?
Oh, sure, that's a good idea.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
Myself alone, I work with at least 5 different departments to make sure different things are going well. So, you know, you have a car, there's a lot going on. We have a squeak and rattle department, an engine drivetrain department, even acoustics, so any noises that go on in the car. And in my position alone, I have to talk between all of these groups. So it's super important to be able to communicate clearly among these different people so that you can have a good team to just come together to do what you want to do. Again, it's important really to work with the team and to know that you all have the same goal. So we really want to make sure that our product is great. We want the ultimate driving machine. So at the end of the day, we are all a team and we all want the car to be the best it can be. Like I mentioned earlier, BMW is definitely a global company. So we have manufacturing plants in China, South Africa, the United States, and Germany. So you see lots of different types of people all over our plant. Even today, I talked to somebody from South Africa, Germany, and China. So it's definitely important to be able to communicate clearly what you want to say, especially across different cultural boundaries. So somebody who has a thick German accent, maybe they don't understand English quite as well as it is just talking between me and you. You know, it's really important to say things that you mean to say. Also, just like the name of our company, BMW, we use a lot of acronyms. So if you use the wrong letters and you're saying something that you think is correct but it's not, you might end up saying something that you don't really mean to say. So
As soon as you finish your eval, you're free to go. Thank you again for coming, and I hope you had fun.